Hey, what's up, guys? We out here in the middle of the black hole, and we have a very nice lady who's going to help us with this documentary. What's your name, dear?
Robin.
Nice to meet you, Robin. Where are you from?
Born and raised in Fishtown, from Philadelphia, and lived here my whole life. Pretty much grew up, in a household with both parents were addicts. My mom was an addict, so,
That's tough growing up in that environment, right?
Yeah, it is. You see a lot, go through a lot, especially with my mom. She neglected all of us. My brother, my sisters, and myself. Our friends and the drugs came first. She let people sell drugs out of the house. There was shootings in the house.
Toxic environment.
Right. Anything. If anybody would give her money, she didn't even care about the kids. So, unfortunately, with knowing that, then I grew up, selling crack out of my mom's house to get money, and then she was the first one to give me the crack, try it. So I started off there, and then progressed to fentanyl, and now I'm every day struggling, to get by.
How long have you been down in Kensington now?
For a year and a half, close to almost going on 2 years now. Before that I was clean, but I just fell back, and here I am, being a slave to the streets and fentanyl.
Let's talk about school. What was it like in middle school and high school for you?
Well, I never went to high school because I always, like I said, I have two younger sisters, and I was always there taking care of them, so I never went to high school. I did complete 8th grade, but that was about it. But yeah, growing up in school was horrible because everybody knew that the kids all knew what my mom's house was, and what she did, and it was embarrassing. Sometimes she would come up, pick us up drunk from school, and just she wasn't a good parent. So.
I'm sorry you was dealt that hand in life. What happened to your dad?
Well, my dad was in and out of the picture for not most of my life, but for a little bit of time that he was there, he would come and then get locked up, in and out. He did a lot of time in jail, so it's he would stay for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and then be gone. Or else the parole people would come in and get him, it was just crazy.
Yeah, I can only imagine how, as a young kid, seeing all that, how that could affect your mental health.
Just sleeping in the bed with my mom, my sister, and my stepdad right there, and they have guns drawn, when you look up, and they're telling him, get your hands from under the pillow. It's scary, and that happened multiple times, but a lot of things like that happen comes, with the game, I guess. So. Can you think of any favorite childhood memories? At my grandmom's. With my grandmom. My grandmom had a penny candy store in Fishtown. So growing up, I wound up leaving my mom's at 13 and staying with my grandmom. So that was the best time of my life. So just getting out of my mom's house was good. So yeah, that was one of my best times.
Are your parents still alive?
No.
Both gone?
Yes.
I'm so sorry. Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
How many?
4.
Boy, girl?
2 boys, 2 girls.
Wow, look at you. You got the combination everybody want. Where are they currently?
Well, my oldest daughter's in North Carolina, in Raleigh, about to graduate college. And my son graduated high school early, and he's about to go to community college in North Carolina. And the other baby's with their dad, and the one baby I gave up for adoption because I was in jail. I went in 2 weeks pregnant and came out 8 months, but I really didn't have nothing for the baby, nowhere to take it, so it was like the best option.
I understand.
You know, so it's an open adoption. I would get like every 3 to 6 months updates and then yearly updates.
That's nice, at least. So how do they feel about your situation? Do they know about your struggles?
Yeah, they know all about it.
How do they feel about it?
Well, I mean, of course, my 2 oldest, my oldest, Alyssa, she was, angry at first, but as she got older, she became to realize, that I had a drug problem, and, it's not, easy, because she was there for some time of me getting high, so, it was like hard on her too.
Yeah.
But thank God that, she didn't have to go through the things that I went through or live through that. She got to be with, her dad and her stepmom, so, I'm grateful for that.
Well, I'm sure you are a great mom outside of the drugs, and I know you think about your kids a lot, and they think about you a lot too. What was the longest clean time you say you had, Robin?
Almost 4 years.
Wow, and what triggered you, girl?
Well, I was doing good, and then, I was, on the 4 years I was on methadone, but I was on 23 milligrams, because I went from 140 down to 23, and then I wound up having a surgery that required me to stay in the hospital. I was getting Dilaudid, that IV drip, and then to leave with, when I did leave the hospital, a couple of days later, they asked me if I wanted the Oxycontins, and then I took them, and ever since then, it was like off to the races again. Yeah.
So before we go further, let's talk about currently out here. Let's talk about what drugs you currently struggling with.
Fentanyl is the main one, and then smoking crack. And I, drink periodically.
Gotcha.
Smoke marijuana. So, that's like not one, but the 2 that are the one that's the main one is the fentanyl, and I'm doing something about that now. Like, I have an appointment to get treatment, so that's what I'm working on now, because I refuse to keep being a slave to this shit, and it's not, you don't even know what you're getting anymore, you know what I mean?
Facts.
It's really bad, and leaves like marks on people like these. And, people are losing their limbs and everything. Like, it's kind of scary now, because you don't even know what you're putting in your body. So
it's not worth it anymore,
it sure
right?
isn't. And then not just that, people are like, the streets out here are horrible. People don't care, they're mean. Like, people out here just think it's fun to go around shooting like paintballs at people on video because they're getting high. Like, no, they're humans too. Just because they're struggling, they're homeless, or getting high doesn't mean they don't have feelings or anything. And it's sad that these people think that that's what fun is.
What has been the worst thing that you have seen or that has happened to you or that you have heard of out here?
Well, I've heard, and I know, because the people from the PAD program and the women's center has told me that a couple girls went missing, and that these guys were like sewing their eyelids and their lips shut and taking their body parts and selling them. And I mean, they have like newsletters that come out with stuff like this, and this was like not that long ago. So it was kind of scary. And then, like you said, a couple girls did go missing, and that's scary.
How were you introduced to fentanyl?
Well, like I said, I mean, I've always, fentanyl has been introduced to me by somebody that lived in my mom's house when they were selling drugs at my mom's house, introduced me to it to come down off the crack. I had asked if she had anything for me to come, if I could come down, because I was like really, you know, high. It was like maybe like the first week of smoking. So the girl was like, here, I'll give you like 5 units of this. It was my very first time, and she gave me 5 units, shot me up with 5 units of dope, and it like brung me down, but I remember like throwing up so bad and then just like falling asleep. But I don't know what made me like fall in love with it, but it's like I didn't feel anything. It just made me feel good for a little bit, and then like I didn't care about anything. Everything was like gone for a little bit. Just, you know.
How much would you say you spend on fentanyl every day? 24 hours, would you say average?
Some days as much as I could get, maybe, but as much as like 100, to some days I could do 4. It all depends on how much money I have, and you know.
Do you snort, smoke, or shoot?
No, I shoot and snort sometimes.
Okay. So what about crack? How much would you say you spend average?
Probably like 20 or 30 a day.
Oh, okay. And what do you do for work?
Well, right now I'm not working, but I have a friend that helps me out a whole lot, and then sometimes I would boost from the store, or, you know, not that I'm proud of it, walk the streets, panhandle, whatever, do whatever you have to do.
Because it's hard for you to keep a normal job with a habit like that, you know. So what's 24 hours a day in your life look like out here?
Just running to get drugs.
You OD before?
Well, I mean, I've never OD'd, but I've had, excuse me, I have taken quite a few drug-induced seizures. So that's, but I've never OD'd to my knowledge.
Are you afraid of dying?
Yes.
I
don't want to die.
Absolutely not, especially not this way, you know.
What? Yeah, no.
Where do you think you'll go when you die?
Oh God, I don't know. I hope to heaven.
Amen. I pray you do. So what's your living status right now?
Well, I have a friend that I'm living with right now. Okay. Thank God he has a place in Somerton, so I live up there with him. But other than that, I'd be on the street.
What would you say to teens and young adults who are starting off drugs newly?
Oh my God. Just, I mean, it's not worth it. Like, if I could, I would have taken another path. Like, it's not, in the long run, you're just gonna be depressed and more angry, more depressed. Like, just talk to somebody, or, you know, read up on, you know, the facts and whatever, because it will ruin your life, not make it better. You might think it makes you better for that moment. You might feel better for a minute, but it's not. It's gonna ruin your life.
Facts. So what goes on in your mind when you are high? What do you think about?
Really nothing now, because the shit will put you out to where you're like a zombie. You can't even, it ain't like before. At least you would know what you're getting. Now it's a lot of tranquilizer, a lot, like you just do it and you fall out, or walk into poles, or walk into traffic. Like, it's bad.
What's the biggest lesson you say that you have learned so far in life?
Don't fuck with fentanyl. It's not worth it. It's the devil.
Facts. See, you know your stuff. Yeah, she know her stuff. If you could go back in time, what would you tell your younger self?
There's better outlets than drugs. Like, do anything but, because it absolutely, like, the years flew by and it's like not worth it. I'm miserable. It's not what you think it is.
Mm-hmm. What makes you happy in life?
Well, when I get to talk to my daughter, to know that her and my son are doing well, seeing my families do good, my partner that I stay with, he has nieces, and seeing them happy. His parents are good parents, like, you know, just normal thing.
What would you like the world to know about you, Robin?
Well, that I am a good person, you know, just made wrong choices. Well, just know that I am going to get better, and of course, for the ones that don't, they already know not to mess with fentanyl, because they have a couple family members that they already know that did it, and that I love them.
Gotcha. What's your short-term goals now?
Well, like I said earlier, I have I already have an appointment for treatment, and I plan on going there Wednesday. So I plan on doing that and then getting myself back together, and hopefully, you know, being back to just maintaining life without using drugs.
Right.
And being happy, waking up without having to look for a get well, or, you know,
right.
Oh, I gotta have this to feel better. No, I just wanna wake up, grab my coffee and cigarette, and be okay.
What's your zodiac sign, Robin?
If I'm a Capricorn.
Shout out to all the Caps, show your sign some love. And what are some of your favorite foods?
Well, my favorite foods are chicken cutlet, and I like tomato pie.
If you had 3 wishes, what would your 3 wishes be?
Oh, first and foremost, one would be for me not to be on fentanyl, and for my kids to never be on fentanyl or anything, and to have my grandmother back.
AML family, I want to tell the lovely Robin, thank you so much for being courageous and helping to make a change in the world. I hope her story resonates with someone out there and they won't come down this road. Robin, we wish you all the best, dear. Believe in yourself, love yourself. You have so many people who love you and waiting to have you come back home. So until next time, is there anything you're in need of we can help you with?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Guys, don't be bitter, be better. Mal, Robin, until next time, we out there. Peace out.
One of us seems to circle the other. As you go, you remain a stranger to me, to you. But our pieces left uncovered. I'm thinking about 4-leaf clovers. I've got composure. Silver coin, you hold me, turn me over right now, but expect to forget about it. Watch as the breeze